Hey, you can't see me very well. I'm working with a borrowed camera, so I'm going to try to move around and see where you can see me the best. That's a fair view. I get paid tomorrow, so I will be purchasing. It might not happen. I'll be shopping beginning tomorrow for a camera and microphone and all that works properly. Let's see if you're even getting sound here. I'll show my there. Yep, you're getting sound. So I want to encourage you to be patient with me as I learn how to produce live videos on YouTube. I already do it over on Facebook, and it's fairly easy because I can do it with my phone. But I have not mastered if there is the ability to plug in my phone. I have not tried that part yet here as far as using it as my camera, but I had problems with it anyhow. So, anyways, the reason I am on here is because my son was killed 14 years ago. He was 15 years old and he was on his bicycle and he was hit by a truck. And so I know the pain and the grief that comes with great loss. And I know that I um, I want to help anyone else that is grieving, not necessarily from a child. You may be grieving from the loss of relationships. You may have lost your home, your career, your health. Any number of things cause you to grieve and to cause you to grieve hard. And it has taken me this many years to come out of my shell to begin to try to heal. Of course, I've been healing is why I'm out of my shell now. But um, it's important to me that I help you not to be and go as deep down and as far down as I went. I want to encourage you every day. If I don't get on here and just do anything but say, friend, I'm here for you. Don't give up. It does get better. Excuse me just a second. Sheila made me the most awesome lavender chamomile tea today through this filter system that she bought me. It's excellent. I'll have to find out about it and tell you more about it, but I don't know anything about it right now. But um, it gives me a sense of control knowing that I get to talk to you over my grief and over my loss. I feel as though it, and I know my son's death is not in vain because it was God's choice and he had ultimately had something in mind. And I don't necessarily know what that is, but from my point of view, it gives me some sense that my loss is not in vain. If I can help you to become a whole person again, only God can heal and deliver from this grief. But you have to do your part. You have to try and you have to seek ways to bring yourself through this. My faith and my family are what have caused me to keep going, but I isolated. I kept myself away from my family. First years that I have gone, this tassel in the background was throwing off. Let me put some light on the subject, y'all, but it had been 14 years since my son passed very ill because of it. And from what I read, I think that helps. Let's see if it helps if I move. Does that help if I put one? Um, no, you'll be able to see me better in a couple of days. I'll get all this worked out. This is hanging from my ceiling. That's got to help some, but I forgot where I was. Bottom line is, it does get better. You are never the same person that you were. You change, you are different. And isolation is what I was talking about. Fight that with everything inside of you. Take baby steps every day to stay out of isolation. I know that that's all you want to do is to curl up in a circle in a corner somewhere and die in the prenatal position, all curled up. I know that's what we want, but for some reason, whatever your reason is, you have not killed yourself. You have not quit. You may have quit. You may just be in your room like I was. Thank God I didn't end up homeless, and my family didn't give up on me completely. And like I went to 2 holidays back to back, Thanksgiving and Christmas, to my mother's, and I got to see my family, and it was so pleasant. It was just so wonderful. It didn't overwhelm me. It didn't make me cry. It didn't make me sad. It didn't make me feel just full of pain and hurt. I didn't go to the cemetery afterwards or before. That has been my coping a lot, is going to the cemetery, and I talk to my son, I talk to God. It's just kind of my place that I go. I know he's not there, but it's kind of like I don't know, it's just where I go to visit him sometimes. I visit him other times, when I'm at home or walking around or talking or praying, but that's just kind of a lone place that I go to be to. And I'll clean my grandparents' place where they're buried, and aunts and uncles and ancestors, and I'll diddle around over there and mow or weed eat or whatever needs to be done, and that's therapeutic for me. And at first I had to fight being over there too much. I really would have just put a blanket out there beside his place and stayed if I would have thought, I don't know, something kept me from doing it. There was a little bit of sanity in there somewhere, but I have not been able to give myself wholeheartedly, like, to my grandchildren and my children. They've just gotten parts and pieces of me. I love them so very, very much, and they are the reason that I stuck around. But now God is the reason I'm here now. I know that he probably was not pleased with me for me. The only reason I wasn't killing myself, the only reason I didn't give completely up, was because of them and my beliefs in him. But now I'm here 100% for him, and the icing on the cake. He's the cake, they're the icing. I had them as the cake and him the icing. But it's, I'm telling you, do not beat yourself up. Do not beat yourself up. You've done a good job. If you're still here, you're a good, strong person, and you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. And if you have prayer requests, or if you have needs, I can't help you financially. And please don't send me pictures of your personal privates. I'm not into porn, and I'm not looking for a man, a relationship. I do care to have friends. And there was someone on earlier messaging me from Facebook. Yes, I can be friends. And if you can subscribe to my channel, or if you make comments on live, I'm more likely to see what you have to say than if you leave me messages on messengers, because I have 1,000 messages at a time, or 750 or 870, and there's just no way I can get to all of them and respond and then re-respond after somebody responded. So it's better and I'll try to get where I schedule live a particular time every day or once a week or something like that, so I can be consistent, so you can be on here, so you can talk to me, chat with me, and send me hearts and thumbs ups and all, encouragements, and because that's like you sending me flowers when you give me those little emojis and things like that. So I just want you not to give up. I want you to let Jesus be in your heart, and God be in control of your life, and the Holy Spirit direct you, and you begin to heal and walk out this grief. You will still have that grief and that sorrowness, but it will be in a little tiny pocket in your heart. You know, it will be tucked away in there. Uh, but you can do that. You can walk around with that love just right there in your heart, and it will get where you want to be isolated less. Now, I lost my health in the process, and so I believe you can mourn deeply enough that it causes you sickness. From what I've read, that's not uncommon. And so I'm having to recover from some health things, and I'm praying that God will get where I can walk easily. It's a great challenge for me to walk. I use a cane to hold myself up, and I have rods in my back and pins. I got infection in my spine, and just a lot of things went bad wrong. I almost lost my life. I tried to take my life. I isolated myself. I gave up all relationships. They just kept on not giving up on me, my mother and my children. And a couple of friends, my Debbie, my Sheila, they just did not give up on me. And I thank you for that. I thank you for not giving up on me. And I want my life to mean something. I want to leave a mark that is good, a legacy. That's what you got to think about. You are important to God. And what does He want from you from here? And what can you learn from here? And where and how can you grow from here? Because you got to start being kind of logical about it, and not use your feelers and your thinkers so much, and use a little more logic, and you will do better. You won't be curled up in the corner. You won't be throwing up and sitting on the toilet when somebody starts mentioning to you. You know, I can remember it was like my blood pressure bottomed out, and I would have to get on the toilet and throw up, everything all at the same time. My body did not handle the grief. And then I worked non-stop, day and night, 24/7. If I could work, I worked. If I could keep from sleeping, I kept from sleeping. I did everything I could possibly do to stay busy, to keep my hands busy, my mind busy. And I'm sure that's some of how I became so sick. And then I've got some things that, I can't help that. My genetics are bad bones, but bad bones. It sounds like a country song, doesn't it? And I am from Florida. I've lived in several different places, but my home base is Florida. My mother and father's family is from Florida. I am American Indian, although I look more Scottish, Irish than I do American Indian, but I've got just as much American Indian as I do Scottish, Irish, and English. So I'm a mixture. I'm the great melting pot of America. And I am most proud of my heritage. I have some grief or some problems with the way Native Americans have been treated, even till today. I have to prove that I'm American Indian. I don't think there's any other nationality that you have to prove that you're enough of American Indian. Not just that I'm American, but I have to be enough of American Indian and belong to the correct tribe to be acknowledged by the government. That's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life. That's like trying to prove purple's purple and having to go through the proper channels to do it. And then it has to be purple enough. I could say I was Chinese and not have to do that. Anyhow, that's my own little problem. But so I would like to encourage you to hang in there, keep kicking like a little frog. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep singing. Keep praising. Keep worshiping. Keep going to church. Keep going to families. Don't run people off when they come by to check on you and see you. Keep on keeping on, and it will get better. It will get better. And when you comment to me or you send me hearts and thumbs ups and emojis, and that's atta girls to me, and I appreciate them. I thank you for them. And when you have comments, I can pray for you. your name will come up on my screen, and then I will know to pray for you and include you in my prayers, and that I would like to do that. And I don't want nasty pictures. Please no nasty pictures. I've seen more business than I've seen in my whole life, and that's more than enough. But if you comment on here, I will put you on my prayer list. If you comment on here, I can comment back. But if you send me messages, more than likely you're not going to get to visit with me. But so, hey out there, this is me training. I know that this is foggy. This is a borrowed camera. And while it's taken me a whole month to actually become live. I mean, I have put cords and more holes and more buttons and pitched more hellacious fits about this don't fit there, that don't go there, how come this don't work. They don't make this stuff for dummies. And so I have borrowed this camera until I purchase one that has possibly a combination of microphone and camera. And so I'm hoping to do that in the next few days. And I will be more clear and not so foggy. And God bless you. I love you. I may not know you personally, but I do love you because God has given me a love for you in my heart. Because of what I've been through, I can have empathy and sympathy for what you're going through, and it's not exactly the same, and it may not be to the extent that you have had. I know betrayal is awful, divorce is awful. I know losing relationships and friendships and finances and health, and you may have lost all of them. That's what I lost, all at one time. I lost everything and everybody except for my loved ones that kept hanging on and insisting that I come back. They kept pulling me from the darkness. It's like a Star Wars movie almost. They kept pulling me back from the darkness, and I'm grateful to them for that, and I'm thankful that God put that love in their hearts for me. My family loves deeply and truly and honorably, and I am so grateful for that. And if you will comment, I will pray for you. Even if you do this after I'm live, it will show where you, I believe it does, show where you were on my chat. But God bless you. I hate to get off here. I love being on here with you. I'm addicted to you. I'm addicted to being on here. You are my therapy. You are how I console myself. You mean so much to me. You mean so much to me. You make my son's life not seem wasted. If I can help you in some kind of way, then I feel I have done something right and good by him. And that's what I want to do. I want to do right and good by you, and I want to do right and good by him, okay? So please give me that opportunity. Please give me the opportunity to take care of the task that God has given me. And the way you do that is you subscribe, you come to my chats, you come to my live, and we become friends of a sort, That would be nice. But I don't return phone calls. I don't even answer phone calls because I've had too bad of experiences with answering the calls. And if you send me an ugly picture, I automatically block you. So if you want to hang out, that's the worst thing to do. So hopefully you'll see me more clearly soon. Hopefully we'll have a better camera, and hopefully you can hear me well. And I thank you for being patient with me while I learn to do this. I know it's terrible to get on here and see such a goofball doing such a goofy job, but I promise I will get better at this. I promise you I am not giving this a very little bitty teeny time part of my day. I give it a great deal of my day. And I just can't wait till I get good at it. Thank you guys. I love you. God bless you. Keep kicking. Keep trying. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's a reason you're still here.